Hello, I'm Rick the Scientist. I remember so you... No, what was my name again? Well, in any case, I'm here today to talk to you about three principles called the three laws of motion. These laws were created by a really old guy that nobody really understood. He was alive, I don't know how many years ago. I don't really care how many years ago. But he was alive a long time ago. He made these principles. His name was Sir Isaac Newton. Newton, in my opinion, for a lack of better words, is completely bloody mental. And today I'm just going to be demonstrating his three laws of motion. Newton's first law of motion states that an object at rest stays at rest until acted on by an unbalanced force. But an object that stays in motion will stay in motion until stopped. Alright, for the first demonstration for Newton's first law of motion, I'm going to be using this hacky sack and that water bottle. The hacky sack will be our unbalanced force in this demonstration. The water bottle will be the object at rest. Notice how the object at rest will stay at rest until acted on by this unbalanced force. This next demonstration will cover the second part of Newton's first law of motion. It states that an object that keeps moving will keep moving until it is stopped. Notice, until it is stopped by my hand. Okay, now that we're done with the first law of motion, we only have two more left. Yay! Newton's second law of motion states that the amount of force needed to move an object depends on the mass of the object. So, an object with more mass takes more force to move it, as for an object with less mass, takes less force to move it. For this demonstration of Newton's second law of motion, I have one of my very smelly shoes and this ceramic pot. Notice that the shoe has less mass than the pot, so that'll make it easier for me to move. See, it can fly. But as for the pot, much harder to move, because it's great mass. Oh, sorry, I fell asleep. Now on to Newton's... which law? Oh, third. Now for Newton's third law of motion. It says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. For this demonstration of Newton's third law of motion, I have this stick. What I'm going to do with it, I'm going to hit the ground. I'm very mad at it. Notice, when the stick hits the ground, the stick will bounce back up, possibly hurting me. Alright, the only reason the stick bounced up is right whenever the force from me hitting the floor with it, the force from the hit went into the floor and then shot it right back at the stick, which caused it to bounce back up. This has been my presentation on Newton's three laws of motion. I'm Rick the Scientist. I remember so you... God, I forgot again. This has been Rick Roburn of Mr. Davis's 2B Science class.